you here today. As we're waiting to get started, I wanted to send a huge thank you to the Bellas subs for sending out a coupon code for folks to take advantage of. I've heard from several people today that they've already taken advantage of it. And folks, make sure to take care of, if you're not doing it today, take advantage of that coupon and get a sub from one of our awesome members. So we are about ready to get started. But while we're doing this, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you are following us across our platforms. This is an area that we have seen incredible growth, and it's really our brand is our members. To put it in perspective, we grew from 214,000 impressions in all of 2019, and we are now pushing over 800,000 this year. So our message is getting across, and folks are definitely seeing it. So make sure you are following, because that helps us get our message out to of what you guys are doing to everybody as well. So I'm going to leave that slide up here for just a moment, and as we continually let more people in, and we'll keep going. So just before we get into the before I turn it over to George, I wanted to just highlight a couple of programs. One that we've had for some time, and one that is new in 2021. I'll start with the current one, is our Chamber Energy Program. Our members are saving, will be saving in excess of $25,000 in their utility bills over the next 12 months. So if you're currently not participating in this, there's some easy steps to be able to take care of this. It literally is, you save money, and the chamber receives money as well. So it's a win-win on all fronts to participate in this program. We are also excited to announce a partnership with Aflac, where you will be able to get 50% off of the rates that you would get off the street through our chamber program. So the more information later in the program, but also throughout the course of the year, that is a wonderful program to take advantage of. George, I'm going to get you on even earlier than 11:55. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds, and I will turn it over to you to formally kick the program off. But while we're waiting, this has been a year for sure. We'll get into some of the details of that later in the program today. But it's really given us an opportunity at the Solon Chamber to figure out ways that we can connect to our members in different and more meaningful ways to be a go-to resource for the business community. And that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, whether that's cost savings, whether that is resources about COVID or PPE, or general content programs of need to know information. This has been a year that we have been laser focused on this. And this is not, I don't want to call it an exciting time, but this is a time where we know we've developed deeper relationships with our members, and really look forward to what 2021 and beyond brings it. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to George to get the meeting formally kicked off.
Thank you, Tom. And thank you, everybody, for coming to our virtual luncheon. We cannot be together, unfortunately, in person, but we certainly have a lot to recognize, a lot to honor, a lot to be thankful and happy for. And that's the main purpose of the holiday luncheon, to get ourselves together. I don't know if anyone could see, it is officially the holiday luncheon. I have my holiday tie. So we are officially in the luncheon. I don't know if Tom is wearing his official holiday sweater, midriff length, but anyway, that is something that we look forward to. We need to, and it's appropriate that we start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. So again, proper etiquette would ask that we all stand, those that are able, for the Pledge of Allegiance, and which I will start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. As Tom mentioned and I meant, Tom said, this definitely has been a year. No doubt about it. We have all faced things that we never could have anticipated, that no one in any of our lifetimes has ever experienced anything like this. Our chamber has had challenges, but our chamber has been very strong. And one of the reasons that we are very strong is because of the incredible support that we have received throughout the year, moving from 19 into 20 and throughout the year from all of our corporate partners. And really, they are worthy of just an incredible thank you, as well as appropriate recognition for all that they've done for us. Certainly, we start with our Inspire sponsor, and you can see on your screen, and there will be several screens of sponsors because we have so many tremendous companies that have stepped up to help our chamber and our community. Our Inspire sponsor is a Swagelok company. We thank them for their tremendous effort and support of our chamber. We also have 4 Innovate sponsors, NOACC, which is the Northern Ohio Area of Chambers of Commerce, Planned Financial Services, LPV Productions, and Masnick, Raskin and Ryder Company, LPA. We also then have 14 Invest sponsors, which is the next slide. We have AFLAC, CMIT Solutions of Southeast Cleveland and Hudson, Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More of Solon, Mid-America Management Corp, Peak Wealth Solutions, Spa Lavender, Wrap Tight, Rose Senior Living, Laverity Insurance Group, Lindemeyer State Farm, CBiz, Tri-C Eastern Campus, Town Place Suites by Marriott, and Interdesign. Again, all who are great sponsors for our chamber. Many of them are multi-year sponsors, and we, again, appreciate that very much. We do also have 5 Connect level sponsors: Core Elite Wellness Fit Cryo, Signature of Solon Country Club, Berman Moving and Storage, Comtrol, and Everstaff. And I'm going to say thank you. Thank you all for just the tremendous support that you've shown our chamber to enable us to do everything that we can for our community and our members to enhance their membership benefits, as well as bring programming to other things that we do as a chamber. We are also thrilled to announce that we have $25,000 in corporate sponsorships already for 2021, which is an increase over last year. So we are cannot express the overwhelming gratitude that we have to our chamber sponsors who have supported us through these tough times and are even moving forward with more support for the upcoming year. Our chamber, as you know, is run and managed by a board of directors. Again, without their tireless effort, support, volunteering, we would not be able to do everything that we do. So it's appropriate that we recognize our board of directors. They are up there on the screen. We have several members that will be continuing to serve the remainder of their 2-year term, starting into next year. Sonny Dogger from Wrap Tight, Aricia Derulo from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts, David Elbert from Zaymat, Sam Foster from CMIT Solutions, Brooks Gerbitz from Swagelok, Dan Goldfarb from Resource Strategies, Tom Jackson from Laverity Insurance Group, Julie Litke from the Cuyahoga County Public Library in Solon, Dennis Linden from CBiz, Denise Mulholland from Tri-C Eastern Campus, and Linda Myers from Lindemeyer State Farm. We also have then 5 directors who were elected to serve another term beginning in January. And that's going to be Dan DeCrow of Signature of Solon, Stephen Fine from Mid-America Management, myself from Masnick, Raskin and Ryder, Bill Russo from Peak Wealth Solutions, and Angie Shaker from the city of Solon. And I want to say thank you for everyone who's been on the board to serve their term Again, always available to participate in meetings to help guide us through a very difficult year. We as a chamber have had to make some very difficult decisions, but we've also been able to pivot ourselves to an even better way to serve our members and moving into 2021. We are, however, unfortunately losing 3 members from our board who've been longtime members who have just provided so much guidance and just so much in general to our chamber that we need to recognize them separately. Alphabetical order, so we're not playing any favorites. Hal Becker from the Becker Group, 20 plus years as a board member and any more as a chamber member, 2-time chairman of the board, certainly active on many, many committees throughout the entire time he's been on the board. It recognized as a national resource on chamber management, nationally recognized author and speaker. I mean, Hal has provided many, many years of just incredible service, his wisdom, his guidance, his input at all levels has been really invaluable. We are sorry to see Hal leave as a board member, but we definitely are going to draw on his experience and tap into that as much as we can going forward. Also, Bill Oler will be leaving the board, and Bill is with Chagrin Safety Supply, has been, again, a 10-year plus chamber member. Bill's probably, even though he has contributed so much, his biggest accomplishment for our board certainly was the spearheading and founding the Western Reserve Safety Council. That has been just an incredible boon to our chamber and its members, which has, in the state of Ohio, to my knowledge, is the largest and most active of the regional safety councils, even though it's been only in existence for only, I believe it's 5 years. The WRSC has generated over $125,000 in income to our chamber because of the Bureau of Workers' Comp rebates and assistance that we get, and truly have saved our chamber members, hundreds of companies, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in rebates on their workers' comp premiums because of the programming that we were able to provide. Also, for the individual members, they have obtained great content to help them in their safety efforts and their organizations and their industries, which have made everything safer for all of them, for all of us, and have led to those companies being better, productive companies. So again, we thank Bill so much for all of the effort and all of his work on behalf of the Chamber and Western Reserve Safety Council. Last but absolutely not least is Maura Shibley, Elegant Events. Maura's tenure on the board has not been as long as the others, but certainly has provided an incredible amount of valuable input to our chamber for the time that she served. Truly, again, tireless volunteer, helping with gift baskets. Again, her expertise in the event area has helped us incredibly with respect to the golf outing. Our Leader Cast Women event, which has been a smashing success for the 2 years we were able to hold it. 2021 is still a little iffy right now, but the 2 years we've been able to hold it, just an incredible success, due in large part to her effort and her guidance on that. We have, again, been able to draw on her expertise in so many different ways. Thank you, Maura, for all that you've done. Thank you, Hal. Thank you, Bill. We are going to miss not having them on the chamber for the upcoming term. We do have one of the things that we really like to do at our holiday luncheon is to recognize those chamber members that are celebrating milestone anniversaries that have been with the chamber either 10, 25, or 40 years. And we'll get to the last ones because they are truly an exceptional group. We've got 11 10-year members celebrating milestones. Exact Crane and Equipment, Play Matters, Granix Industries, Superior Beverage, Imperial Wok, SP Mount Printing, Swage Lock, ECRM, the Solon Times, and Sensical. For all of those, again, thank you so much for your 10-year membership, your continued support of our chamber. And one of the things that we want to do, we want to have a little bit of fun. Angie, we can't play any games really, and I'm sorry about that. I was trying to figure out one that we could have you do, but that's okay. We're trying to have a little bit more fun, so we're putting in a little bit of trivia. So from 2010, which is 10 years ago already, we're asking everybody to answer the questions, make choices. What was the best-selling gift? Who won the Oscar for Best Picture? And what was the #1 song of that year? And then at the end, I will reveal the correct answers, and there will be then a door prize that we will award for the person who has the most correct answers. So everyone, just take a second, look at the selections there for each of those categories, make your choices, and good luck. See if you can win. And we've got and actually we've got just an exceptional prize, which is lunch for 5 delivered by our Solon Chamber team. So we're going to have lunch for 5 on the chamber that we'll be delivering. So it's virtually a priceless gift for those who are able to have the most correct answers. And we'll have Tom give everyone just another minute or so, or a moment or so to finish their answers and figure those out. I will tell you that I am privy to the answers, and I probably would have gotten most, if not all of these wrong. So good luck with everything there. Our next category, again, which is our 25-year members. And again, just a huge shout out and thank you to them for their 25-year membership. This year we have more services, which is laundry and dry cleaning services and equipment. Again, 25 years ago, you would think, oh, well, that's not that. 1995, it doesn't seem like it's 25 years since 1995, but it already is. Again, what's the best-selling gift? Who won the Oscar for Best Picture? And what was the #1 song? And it truly doesn't seem like 95 was 25 years ago, but I did the math, it worked out. And I will say too, when you look at some of these, especially for the best picture and the best song, like there was some pretty stiff competition for all of these categories. You know, frankly, it would be tough to say who from the 4, for example, movies. All of them, I think, are just tremendous movies. But figure out that one that won the best picture. Tom, I hope you're watching. Make sure nobody's Googling on their phone to be getting these answers. And one of the things that we also have then, we are truly honored and thrilled to be able to recognize 3 40-year members in the chamber. Going back to 1980, 40 years. Thank you so much to Gardner, PK Wadsworth Heating and Cooling, and the Etched Metal Company for their long membership. 1980. I'll date myself, my high school graduation year, but it's already 40 years ago. But what was the best-selling gift? Oscar for Best Picture and the #1 song. Again, a number of just incredible choices there. I would have thought Light Bright was a little bit older, but that was one of the top gifts for that year. Give you a second to come up with your choices there. And again, for whichever person has the best number or the highest number of answers correct, they will win a great prize. To the extent there's a tie, and hopefully we don't have one, we will figure out a tiebreaker trivia question, which would be, I'll ask you to recite every one of the new members that we're going to talk about later. At this point, we've recognized, and again, thank you so much to our board members, our board of directors for all of their effort. It's also really incredible to be able to honor all of our milestone chamber members that have provided so much to our chamber and our community for many years. We also are able to celebrate a number of new businesses, new members. So I want to turn it over for a minute or two to Mayor Kraus. And I did say a minute or two to Mayor Kraus. And I joke, we joked about that yesterday, to recognize new businesses. So our Mayor, Ed Kraus.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right. It's awesome to be with everyone today. Thank you, George. I also give a shout out to Bill and Hal and Maura for your awesome service. I was on a walk this morning, and a couple that we do a senior hike and stretch, and a couple of people asked me, how many businesses have, shut down in 2020. And what I was able to tell them was all the new businesses that sort of came into the community. I joke about this with some of my colleagues, some of the mayors who lament all the businesses that have closed. And I talk about all the new businesses that have opened. And you can probably tell the difference between pre-COVID and post-COVID. So we had some great pre-COVID, thanks to the work of Angie Shaker. Last year, you probably remember, I think we were approaching 50 new businesses, and starting in January and February, we were ready to do just an amazing gangbuster year here in Solon. But things slowed down a little bit, but pre-COVID, I just wanted to highlight a few businesses. The Solon Vein Clinic that we were all at with Dr. Morel Moisey, Wendy's on Aurora Road that we were so excited to open, I think just before the pandemic hit. And then Core Elite Wellness Fit Cryo with Victoria Kilpatrick before COVID. And you can see it tells a little bit of the difference. And then COVID hit. And so I just want to really give a shout out to all the new businesses that have opened during 2020. As I was driving to some of these openings, my thoughts were, who in the right mind, and Tom, I know he's going to want me to say this, would be crazy enough to open a new business in a 100-year pandemic in 2020. And then when I got to these businesses and talked to the owners and talked to the families and got to know a little bit about the stories and the background and the history and to why they're opening these businesses, it made me realize that I know why someone would open a business during the pandemic, because their passion, their drive for their industry and their business, their passion for the community, wanting to help the community, want to grow, their business. So amazing shout out to all of these new businesses that have opened during 2020. I want to give a shout out to Vio Med Spa, Hethel Patel. She also owns other businesses in the community, and what a great new business that she opened on Cruzy Drive. I want to give a shout out to Rumana Hawa for Zarufa Creations Clothing, right on Aurora Road next to Rita's, and what a great new business and a new clothing that we have in our community. You want to flip the switch. And then a few other new businesses that have opened in 2020. Vitalia, which is just a beautiful, it's the independent living part, but also the assisted living and the memory care. I want to give a shout out to Pat Family and the entire group at Omni for what a beautiful new business with Vitalia. Be able to revitalize that stretch on Bainbridge Road and going into Cruzy Drive and all the wonderful things that are going on there. If you ever get a chance, maybe post-COVID, take a walk through to Vitalia and see what a beautiful new facility they brought to our community. I want to give a shout out to Katie Andrews, Paint Nail Bar on Cruzy Drive, Solon Comet graduate. She came back to open this business, and what a wonderful business. I think a lot of people are going to take the opportunity to stop in there. And then lastly, to Thabar and Chrissy Thordarson for opening Heritage Coffee. And we were just there just recently, just a couple of weeks ago on the grand opening. And I love to hear Thabar's story about growing up in Iceland and learning about the coffee beans and the coffee business from his grandfather. And then he always envisioned, and that's where the name Heritage comes from, the heritage of his family and business. So I encourage all of you, if you like coffee, if you like a nice cup of java in the morning, stop at Heritage. It's going to be an awesome place. And then what we're going to do there is open up some bike racks and some outdoor seating in the parking lot. So really creating a boost and making what we hope to be a true walkable area. So I want to thank all the new businesses, your passion, your commitment, your ability to really think out of the box and opening a business in the community. So, and lastly, I just want to thank all of you on the line for sticking with Solon, sticking with us. Team Solon was a phrase I always use, but it really, it was never more clear than this year. And you all were such a huge part of Team Solon. You helped our senior residents, you helped feed Solon, you brought your equipment and all the PPE to our fire station and our service department. And without all of you and your dedication and your love and your support and your commitment to our community, we never would have gotten through with this year. And so thank you to the Chamber, George and Tom and Kaylin for being such great partners, and to my team, to Angie and Bill Russo, who's our chair of Enterprise Zone. Thank you guys for all the work you did in getting us through 2020, and looking forward to a very successful vaccine-loaded 2021. So it's great to be with you all here today.
Mayor, thank you very much. And again, congratulations to all of our new businesses that have opened this year in the city of Solon. I think it's a testament to certainly the administration of Mayor Kraus, Angie Shaker, and all those within the city of Solon, as well as just our Solon business community in general, that people are drawn here. We are also thrilled on behalf of the Solon Chamber to welcome many new members in 2020. We have 65 new members this year to our Chamber of Commerce, which frankly blew us away. It has been shown, again, commitment to what our Chamber staff has done, our board of directors, certainly a testament to the great job of our city of Solon and the community and all of the staff there. I'm not going to read all of the names. I probably should, because truly they are all owed a debt of gratitude for joining our chamber this year and really stepping up to be a member of something that is meant to enhance the business for everyone in our community. Some are not even Solon residents, which is great as well, because we extend our reach further than just the city of Solon. But so many tremendous new members that we are just, again, so thankful that they have chosen to put their faith in us and allowed us to join them as members, and then to offer them content and also to help them connect with others through our social media platforms, through all of the different offerings that we're able to make. Again, not the same as we were able to do in 2019. We haven't had a luncheon since February, but we will continue to do everything that we can to enhance the value of membership for our members. And again, we celebrate and thank all of the new members, and we encourage everyone to please do everything you can to help their businesses. Go visit them if they've got retail. See if you can perhaps buy products or services from them. I mean, do what you can to help those members and our members to help thrive in the city of Solon and elsewhere through their membership in our chamber. Of course, all of the new members, all of the efforts that have been done this year would not be possible without just the incredible chamber staff that we have. We are truly lucky to have these folks who are part of our staff and working with us. Of course, our president and CEO of our chamber, Tom Bennett. Tom, a personal thanks for all you have done this year to keep our chamber moving forward in a difficult time, as well as finding innovative ways to bring programming, to bring events, to all of the different things that you've been able to do to help in connection with the others, with Kaylin and Mike and everyone, to help our chamber. But again, from a chamber standpoint, we would not be able to do anything of what we do without our staff. Tom Bennett being our president, CEO, the leader of that. We really appreciate that. And thank you, Tom, for everything you've done this year. Kaylin Mills, member services and communication. Again, when we look at what our chamber is able to do from a social media standpoint, a communication standpoint, we definitely, I mean, Kaylin has stepped it up like you wouldn't believe with respect to our Facebook presence, Twitter, Instagram, all of those different things. Our impressions are, and I think Tom is going to get to that a little bit later, have just gone through the roof with what we've been able to do to engage our members, and which is especially important during these tough times that we've had this past year. Again, the exceptional quality of the information that's going out, the timeliness of everything. We're just truly very lucky to have Kaylin working with us as our member services and communication to help us and to continue to help the chamber to grow, to prosper, to thrive, pivoting into perhaps some new things that we're doing, but we're very lucky to have her as part of the team. Mike Hillman, our newest member of the team, Director of Business Development, who we brought on at the end of August into September, really has done just a bang-up job in the few months that he's been with us. Again, helping to develop our membership better, to better connect with members, to look for ways to bring back members perhaps who have left us, to allow existing members to know what other services are available to them so they can enhance their membership and become even more engaged with our chamber and with all of the other members, as well as helping to grow our membership. I mean, we've already experienced growth just over the past couple of months, certainly related directly to Mike's efforts, as well as helping people take advantage of our affinity programs, which Tom's going to talk about as well, that help our chamber and help our members. So we truly thank Mike, and we're looking forward to moving even farther and further in 2021. And of course, then Mary Kay Gebler, our accounting affairs, helps keep all of our books and records straight from an accounting standpoint, make sure that things are being entered correctly, that we have, again, timely and appropriate reporting that we're able to use as a board. So it's not just punching numbers and it's not just entering things in a calculator. It's a very vital effort. And again, we thank Mary Kay for her many years of helping us in that area. Again, our staff, a big thank you to all of them. Thank you. I know I'm the only one not muted, but I mean, it's everybody's clapping and everybody should be, because you guys have done just a tremendous job for us. One of the many bright spots in our 2020, and we're looking forward to even better things coming next year. So with that, I would like to turn it over then to Tom Bennett a little bit to talk about some chamber highlights, silver linings, where we're going forward, to give everyone a sense of the great things that have happened this year and what great things even better are planned for the next year. So Tom, I'll turn it over to you, and thank you.
Thank you, George, for your kind words. Your check is in the mail for the compliments. But really excited to be here with all of you today. And we wanted to just share some of the highlights and impact that have happened, because I know, for me personally, I get caught up in what I need to do today and what the future brings. And it's sometimes hard for me to reflect back on some of the amazing things that have happened this year. The title of this slide is very appropriate, because there's "and then." So we started off the year with an amazing state of the city. In February, we had a strategic plan consultant come in at the end of January and help us organize our goals and what we want to be like. A great LeaderCast Women event on Friday, March 6th, right before everything shut down. So those were sort of things that we did. And then all of a sudden, beginning, March 9th, it was a whole new world. A whole new world was opened, opened up to us, by choice or not by choice. So we had an opportunity to really take a look at, well, what is Solon Chamber 2.0, not only from a strategic plan perspective, but what is it that our members need to know right now in these uncharted territories. So we started doing weekly calls on PPE sourcing, SBA loan information, making sure we had access to our local, state, and federal resources. You sort of look at, we hear about Zoom fatigue or people attending programs. I certainly hear it from folks across the country and chambers that my peers. But we touched 1,850 program attendees this year, and 1,300 of them happened since March 9th. We added 1,250 new followers on social media. We're 750,000 plus impressions. So when we start looking at, are we able to be a go-to resource, which is the pinnacle of our strategic plan as we define our success, I'd say we're continuing to touch people and delivering the information that they need and the resources as well. A real important part of this was really turning our focus is our success is your success. So our brand is our members. What you see here are just a sampling of posts across, different platforms, whether it be Cuts and Curls, whether it is Rusty Bucket, Vitalia, Big Frog, and so forth. But these are some of the things that we get so excited to promote throughout the course of the year, and why it's important we encourage each and every member to connect with us and let us help promote you. Our brand is very strong, continues to get stronger, but it's really because of you, the members, that allow us to do that. Oh boy, I clicked on a link. Uh-oh. Give me a second here. Technical difficulty. There we go. All right. So then, we launched our passport program. Who knew that there would be a global pandemic during a passport go out and visit businesses. But we had 29 amazing businesses step up and continue their support of this. We had an opportunity to give away 18 awesome gift baskets last Saturday. The culmination of that, and it was simply an amazing effort during some crazy times to make this work and get some exposure for our businesses in Solon. So speaking of events, one of the first things we had to decide is, are we going to have a golf outing? Just about every other chamber across the country and around the corner from us, we're saying we're canceling. Many of those were in June or July. We fortunately were the last Monday in August, thanks to our friends and member signature of Solon. We had a sold out golf outing with sold out not only for golfers, sold out for sponsors, incredible support from our restaurant partners for donating goods and product. We got to preview Heritage Coffee before they were even open. I've never seen people go through 200 cups of coffee quicker than that. So it was obviously really good. DeBella's, 7-Eleven, countless others, really helped make this happen. We did it in a safe way, but it was sold out and an amazing event. And then moving forward, one of the things that was really important to us was how are we spotlighting our businesses? How do we share what the amazing things that are happening at our members? We had an opportunity with a member that went out and did a bunch of interviews. A huge shout out to Mark Phelps of Action Coach to be able to do some interviews. But then Kaylin Mills has gone out to a couple dozen businesses over the past couple months, or they've sent us images. We've been able to spotlight these, and these will continue to happen through 2021 as well. Great from a social media perspective, great for business owners or businesses to be able to tell their story. And these are just some of the ones that we have, been able to feature so far. So the Solon Spotlight, everyone we spotlighted is on our website. But I encourage you to, if you've got a story to tell, let us know, and we will be sure to get it out. Our latest effort, play on Y2K is, Y2 COVID. So there's an opportunity as we close out 2020 and get into 2021. Many of our members have, special offers or discounts or things that, they want to share. So this is just a sampling of some of the items that are on there. So if you do have a product or service, that you want people to know about, make sure you let us know, and we'll be sure to get this up on our site, as well as push out via all our social media channels. So once again, another opportunity when we reflect back on how we're pivoting to serve our members. The most exciting thing, or one of the most exciting things that came out of our strategic plan, was a Solon Workforce Development Task Force. And the first piece that we tackled with this through the tireless efforts of Angie Shaker and many others was creating a Solon mobility task force. Where do we stand from a public transit standpoint? How do we collaborate with RTA? There was a Solon Connects initiative to improve pedestrian safety and accessibility, and looking at recommending funding options. And we have exciting news that RTA is we're going to be doing an RFP process for up to $200,000 in funding to take a look at this. So it's a wonderful, wonderful example of collaboration between the chamber, the city, business leaders, the county, and so many other organizations around. We need to make sure that how are people getting to and from work, and then those that are in Solon, what's our walkability and what we do. So on the following slide, you'll see Solon is a very car dependent city. Almost all errands require a car. Same thing happens in Hudson. You look at some of our peers, Westlake, Shaker Heights, Rocky River, but when we look at historic Hudson, 62, and we get down to downtown Chagrin Falls, we're in the 70s. So how do we move from an 11 to a 70 is going to be a lot of work, a lot of hours, but such important work for the city of Solon and the Solon Chamber of Commerce to, as walkability and being less car dependent becomes more and more important to folks, we're going to be at the table making sure that this, continues to move forward. But a huge shout out to Angie for her leadership on this. It's so much behind the scenes work and many meetings, but really exciting news to be able to move forward in 2021. So I've been talking about the chamber. My head is so big right now about I statements. I have to if I'm walking through a doorway, I'd have to turn sideways because my head is so big. But really what I want to turn my focus in is there were some amazing silver linings from our members this year out in the community, stepping up and doing the next right thing for folks. So we wanted to highlight several of these for folks. Really early on in this, Roll House Entertainment invited all of their staff and the Solon police officers to drive through for free pizzas, really at the beginning of the lockdown. It was an amazing, sight to witness. Glavin Industries was creating signs with $5 of each sign going to the Akron Canton Regional Food Bank. The Solon Vein Clinic collaborating with Homeless Hookup Cleveland for a toy drive. There are countless examples, of this. Heritage Coffee was donating coats for Kids Cleveland. DBAT has been donating used baseball and softball equipment. Those two are still ongoing. We did a collaboration with Big Frog for a Solon restaurant mask contest. And we had both Imperial Walk and 56 Kitchen win those. And thanks to Arisha at Big Frog, we got about 100 branded masks into those organizations. We were very fortunate to help facilitate a visit from Congressman Joyce to get Brennan Industries' perspective on, what is happening with the pandemic, how it affects everything in supply chain and et cetera. So these are just a few. There are countless silver linings that happen throughout the course of the year, but it really shows, going back to what the mayor was talking about, Team Solon and the Solon community, really stepping up in a time of need to do some good, when it was needed most. One of the last ones we did was Operation Chill. We had an opportunity to have several police officers come to 7-Eleven and get voucher books that for a free Slurpee that police officers could give out to folks that were encouraging positive behavior. So a wonderful opportunity for getting pulled over for doing something good and getting a free Slurpee out of it. Certainly it was a wonderful collaboration between the city, 7-Eleven, the Solon Police Department, and the Solon Chamber. And last but not least, we have one of our most recent members is Humble Design. Kaylin went out to go visit to do a spotlight. They usually take 15 minutes. I don't think I saw her for about 6 hours, after that. This is an organization that really their mission is from homeless to hopeful. It's a national organization. They've got a base here in Solon. They've got designers from Progressive and other companies doing stuff, and they really look for taking gently used items and then outfitting a house with a design perspective where everything is coordinated. And Debbie Eastburn, is the director in Cleveland. So, more to come on that, but, an incredible, silver lining as well. So I think I'm gonna launch one more poll. I think gonna test my ability. So when we start looking at how do I get more involved, or wow, all these things are happening, but I don't know anything about it. I just thought we would throw up a quick poll on, what percentage of members take advantage of our Anthem Healthcare discount program, and how much are members scheduled to save in the coming year on utilities from the Chamber Energy Program, and I'll see what the audience says around that. But just by being a member, you definitely, you want to get listed in our directory. You want to be able to take advantage of our content. There are cost savings, and there are prime advertising opportunities. But if you feel strongly about, helping us shape the direction of the chamber, there are several committees that you can get involved in. So I'm going to keep this poll open for a bit and just see what we get. I know one of the answers I already gave away, which I realized after, but that means you guys are paying attention. But one of the things that our members have really shared with us and said, hey, we need help hiring. I mean, this is such a crazy labor market right now, where jobless claims go up and more people need staff. It's usually, one or the other. So this is something that, has a ton of traction. So if you have open jobs, hop on our Facebook group, get those jobs posted. It's very easy to do. And it's just getting exposure perhaps to a different market than doing it through Indeed and Ohio Means Jobs and other sources. So great way to connect. And that is going extremely well and continues to grow. You want to make sure you have your online member portal, set up. This is where the 5,000 hits that come in, or page views that come into our website every month, about 85% of them go to the directories because somebody's looking something up and saying, insurance company Solon, okay, well then how am I finding that? And it's really through those referrals and exposure that this stuff is happening. So we want to make sure that you are doing that, and we will be at the end of January doing a more deep dive on that from a member, maximizing your membership perspective later in January. Incredible cost savings. I'm going to close the poll. The most popular answer for our healthcare benefits was 7%. It's actually 14% of our members are taking advantage of that, and that is saving hundreds of thousands, if not, approaching $1 million in healthcare discounts through our two platforms. It's 55 members. So if we start looking at, if I'm offering benefits and I'm not doing the chamber program, it begs to at least take a look and see if you can save more with it. Community Energy Advisors, our program there, you guys guessed correct that it's at least $25,000 in savings from maybe about a dozen companies. So that means there's 380 or so that could take a look at it. Everyone won't save money, but 90% will. We have had some companies that have reduced their bill, $6,000 or $8,000 just simply by switching over. So it is an incredible saving program. My favorite on this page is Office Depot. It's for a store purchasing card. I know a lot of us aren't going out, and doing that, but I know I just went and bought some envelopes for a mailing, and I think the envelopes were $46, and I paid $32 for them. Printing costs, we've done mailings where, or running copies where it would have cost, $1,600, and we've paid $300 for them. So if you are, if you need office supplies, this is certainly the first place to look. And we offer some amazing discounts through employee management, a shipping program, and a workers' comp program. A little bit more about Aflac, which we talked about at the beginning of the program, 50% off your Aflac street rates. So when we start looking at hospitalizations with COVID, or we start looking at I've got to take some extended time off to care for a family member, et cetera, we have launched a program through the chamber where it is 50% off your Aflac for your employees. So we'll be getting more into that, as we get ready throughout the course of the year. Committees. Here we go. My favorite subject. We have 4 committees. Well, 3 committees and the board. So our events committee is really going to focus on our golf outing and our LeaderCast women membership. Whether you want to build your business by getting to know our members, that would be focused on retention. Or if you're, hey, I want to help grow the chamber on growth. And then our programs committee, a huge shout out to Julie Leckie and Denise Milholland, who are our programs committee now, that have really kept our programming relevant. And we're really focused in 2021 on how do we deliver 3 to 6 programs per month when appropriate to get back together, in person, or that becomes a hybrid, et cetera. So I do think, there are some opportunities, and hey, I want to help shape the future of the chamber, then get on a committee and let's look at, potentially joining the board. We are definitely, in a growth mode. Our overall goal is by 2024 is to be 525 members. We will likely end this year flat, which is incredible. I do not know too many chambers that are flat through this. Most are declining. And that's because of you guys, the members, finding value, and the team here at the chamber. So George, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I have one technical piece here. We entered everybody who was in the luncheon into a randomizer for the door prize. People will get bragging rights if they got their answers correct.
Yes, and that is my fault. I had incorrectly mentioned that the person with the most correct answers would win the door prize. I apologize for that. For maybe some of you who tried harder in order to win that door prize, but it was a random. Sorry about that. But we've got some very interesting answers. For those of you, check your answers on how well you did. Top selling gift from 40 years ago was the Rubik's Cube. Many are probably too young to even know that, but that was a great gift. Kramer versus Kramer, #1 picture for the year. #1 song, Call Me by Blondie, great tune. And still a great tune. Top selling gift 25 years ago, Pogs. I got to admit, I'd never heard of Pogs, but I guess I wasn't paying attention back then to the best gifts. Forrest Gump, how can anyone say that wouldn't be the best picture? That was a tremendous movie. Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. Interesting. I had not guessed that. Try to follow music, but that was one that got me definitely when I was filling out my trivia. And then if we look at the best-selling gift from 10 years ago, the Apple iPad, what a surprise there. Everyone giving iPads, you think of how many people have them now, where that was the #1 gift 10 years ago. Again, best picture, The Hurt Locker, tremendous picture, great drama. #1 song in 2010, TikTok by Kesha. So if you look at where some of the movies have gone, where the gifts have gone, where the songs have gone, we've certainly got a lot of changes that have gone on in our past 40 years that we've been going back here. So hopefully some of you did well with some of those answers. At least had a little bit of fun trying to figure out from those different choices which ones might be best. So Tom, at this point, do you want to announce then our winner for the door prize?
Yeah, if you give me 2 seconds on mute, Kaylin will let me know, and we will make it happen.
All right. Well, I know that at this point too, in our past holiday luncheons, we might have had the Solon High School, the Madrigals. I think they would sing for us. Unfortunately, we cannot do that this year, and I know that's something that many people will miss because they're just such an exceptional group. I had offered that I would sing some Christmas tunes if anyone wanted. That was very quickly and decisively shot down. So you will not hear me singing. I apologize for that, but I thought I would at least offer that as a suggestion for anyone. So we have our winner of the door prize, and that is Sunny Daga of Raptite has won our door prize, lunch for 5 delivered by the Solon Chamber team. Congratulations, Sunny. And also thank you for all you and Raptite have done for us on our board this year and as a member. So I wanted to take a few minutes to just add a couple of closing remarks to our program today. We certainly have been thrilled to be able to celebrate our fantastic corporate sponsors who've helped us, our board members who've given tirelessly their effort and money and support, our chamber staff, but also been able to highlight the many things that our chamber has been able to do this year that has kept us strong. There have been so many changes we've had to undertake this year in order to try to keep ourselves viable, as well as keep ourselves relevant, to look for ways to pivot into the new year. As many businesses have been facing so many different things that they never would have anticipated at the beginning of the year, and how they've had to do things differently this year from what they had anticipated and what they've planned. And I think one of the things that comes up as we say, we celebrate all of the accomplishments of everyone, but we also look back on those things that, of course, it would be easy to be disappointed by. But as we look towards the future, one of the things that kind of came to my mind that I think highlights all of our members, all of our businesses, our Solon community, our Solon, the mayor's office, the administration, our partnership with them. And one of the things that kept to mind was persistence. Being persistent is what has been driving everyone in this pandemic. Those that have said, I'm not giving up. I am going to be persistent. I'm going to continue that. And so I wanted to share a quote that I have seen regarding persistence that I think really, again, captures the right mood and motivation going forward. And it was something that from Calvin Coolidge of almost 100 years ago. But what he had said was, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. A little harsh, but you get the point. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. And I think that's an important thought to keep in mind as we're looking at those things that we can celebrate for this year, as well as a thought moving forward into 2021, is the persistence that everyone has shown, the persistence that our incredible members have shown, our staff, our board members, our partnership with the city, all of that is embodied. And so I wanted to share that quote because I felt that it helps embody the spirit that much of us have felt this year in trying times and challenging times that have forced everyone to look at things differently. So I wanted to then say thank you to everyone, to my fellow board members, to our staff, to all of our members, to all of the folks here. Again, the wonderful folks at the City of Cleveland, City of Solon, what the heck, I was doing well up till then. Anyway, for their incredible partnership and their effort, we've really enjoyed that. It's been a wonderful ability to celebrate our members, even though we have to do it in a little bit different format. So I want to say, I want to wish, and this comes from me and the chamber, wish everyone the best for the holidays, a happy Hanukkah, which I know is almost drawing to a close. For those who celebrate it, I will wish a happy Festivus. Also a Merry Christmas, a happy Kwanzaa, best wishes for a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. I have one final quote that I like to share. Some of you have heard me share it before, but I really enjoy it as to kind of embody the spirit of the season. So I'll say, this is my wish for you, which is peace of mind, prosperity through the year, happiness that multiplies, health for you and yours, fun around every corner, energy to chase your dreams, and joy to fill your holidays. So thank you very much to everyone who has been on this call, who has joined us. We really appreciate it. We're thankful and blessed to have all of you. And I wish everyone the best for your holiday season, for the best for the new year, and have a great remainder of your day.